Hey, what's going on, everyone? It's Scrub Supreme here, your coach of the Central Florida Cramorants, bringing you week 3 of the PML. Since last week, we made a few changes to our team. We've dropped Sandslash and Persian and added Skuntank and Bronzong. We didn't bring Bronzong this week, but we brought Skuntank, so we're going to debut him. We also brought our Thwacky, a Dracozolt, and Hippowdon. You can't bring the one without the other. We also brought Galarian Weezing and Primarina. I see our opponent brought Lycanroc, Dracobolt, Roserade, Gastrodon, Drapion, and Skarmory. Was really afraid of his Vikavolt, so I kind of over-prepped for that one. But as you saw, I started with Skuntank because I was expecting Skarmory. It's a free flamethrower while I know he's going to set up or whatever. So, and yeah, we called that one correctly. So, free flamethrower here, following a defog. Funny thing is, I named my Skuntank after my cat, who ironically also looks like a Stunky. So it's kind of my go-to name for all these Skuntanks. But we got he got his stealth, he's got his rocks going. And now I'm just trying to see what my next play would be. I'm pretty sure it's just going to be a defog. But yeah, this is post-com, by the way. We did the battle just a little bit ago, but I didn't record my voice or thought processes, so it is post-commentary. But we got the defog up. He goes for a roost, which our next play is going to be another flamethrower. As he opts to switch into Drapion. Drapion's going to eat this flamethrower. Not going to do too much, but it's still a free hit. And then here we're opting out to swap. I think we go into Weezing because we're expecting an Earth Power or some kind of Earth attack, ground attack. Sorry. I'm debating on probably setting up Hippowdon, but at this point I'm afraid of his Lycanroc. Setting up Hippowdon also benefits his Lycanroc. So we're going to Weezing, expecting some kind of a ground type attack. Or Poison Jab, which Weezing does eat those. We did trade regular Weezing for Galarian Weezing, and where he goes for a Swords Dance. I think I forgot to mention the Weezing trade earlier, but here we are. So we decide I think I want to go with a Will-O-Wisp. Just to half the Drapion's attack, nullify any of that Swords Dance. That did a lot. This Weezing is full Fizz Death, where Will-O-Wisp hits, thankfully. Now I'm pretty sure our play here is we're swapping out Weezing and I'm not sure if this is when we go Primarina or Hippowdon, but Hippowdon does tank any hit that Drapion wants to bring out, especially with that burn. But I do decide in the end to go ahead and set up Sand, take the risk of him swapping out into Lycanroc. Because Lycanroc as well as Dracozolt have the ability Sand Rush, which just doubles their speed in the sand. So it makes it a scary threat in the sand. But he goes for the knockoff, which gets rid of my Smooth Rock, which is fine. All it does is expand my sand. He's taking double chip damage between burn and sand. We opt for the free health gain, slack off, since Hippowdon eats anything this thing sends out. If he decides to switch, it's free health, no matter what. Or he goes for another knockoff. And between Life Orb, Sand, and Burn, Drapion is just suffering, whereas Hippowdon doesn't have to do anything. And now here I think we go for our own Stealth Rocks to get that going. And I believe right here is when Drapion takes itself out with Life Orb, Sand, and Burn damage. And unfortunately we get poisoned here, which kind of sucks, but it is what it is. That's Mons for you. And Sandstorm, I take poison, and then he takes Burn, which ends Drapion's spree in this battle. So that is the first knockout of the game. Which I think credit goes to Weezing for that one, since Weezing did set up to Burn, but I'm not 100% sure on that. He decides to go into Rose Raid. He takes his Stealth Rock damage. We're not going to stay into this one. I invested equal parts defense and special defense in Hippowdon, so I'm not too confident in its tanky ability, but we brought Flamethrower Skuntank for this reason, and Skarmory, which he swaps out into Skarmory. So either way, we're getting a Flamethrower. Sand doesn't hurt us because we have Black Sludge. Let's go Flamethrower. Hoping for a Burn for that extra chip, but he does have leftovers, so it'd be an added bonus, which we do get the Burn. He hits up his Stealth Rocks. We just stay in with Skarmory, because Skarmory can't really do a whole lot to Skuntank here, so we're just keep cooking Flamethrower until he decides to swap. Or we can always wait till he tries to set up any other hazards and then defog on him. We do have Hippo in the back, so if it happens to we need to reset up rocks, we reset up rocks. He decides to swap out to Dragon Bolt, which we have Sucker Punch for this thing, so we're not too worried, but anything can happen in this game. So he eats the Flamethrower, doesn't do anything. We're taking Sandstorm damage. Except Black Sludge says no. We do decide, I was here thinking just hitting Sucker Punch, but I wanted to see if this was a physical or a special Dracopult, so I ended up deciding to swap into Primarina just in case he goes for a Draco Meteor. Kind of, you know, scouting out what this Dracopult was, because this is also one of his threats. Unfortunately, Primarina does get chip damage. He goes for a U-turn. So I'm pretty sure he goes back out to Rose Raid here. Yep, there's Rose Raid, which we're not going to stay in with Primarina. Primarina doesn't do a whole lot to Rose Raid. So we just swap back over to Skuntank, get our Flamethrowers off, repeat process as much as needed. He goes for the Sludge Bomb, which does a fair bit, but Skuntank does eat it up. Sandstorm fades. It's back to a clear battleground. He goes, swaps out, goes in Gastrodon, which we brought Thwackey specifically for this Gastrodon and his Lycanroc. So his Flamethrower does nothing, being water and ground. Still don't want to hard swap into Thwackey just in case he has an Ice Beam, because Thwackey, even with the Violet, I don't think can take too many of those, if any. So we do decide to swap into Weezing for the Levitate, because we're expecting a ground type attack. Got to keep Skuntank alive to take care of Dracopult. Good old Tabasco sauce. And we do call it correctly, so we got our Weezing. Now, I don't think the Weezing doesn't have too good of a special attack, so he doesn't really tank anything. I think I do decide to just sacrifice Weezing here to get a free swap into Thwackey. But it is also, I do get a Spring Stream going on, hoping for the confusion, which we do get, thankfully. Unfortunately, it doesn't hit itself, and Weezing does not take it too well. So Weezing is now down. It's okay because we still have Thwackey in the back. Gastrodon does not live with a Grassy Glide from Thwackey. So we get a free swap into Thwackey. We know he's not going to stay in, so it's just we go for a U-turn. And to get Grassy Surge up, Grassy Terrain, sorry. U-turn, see what he's going for. He goes for Rose Raid. Okay. I was low-key expecting Skarmory, but, you know, that U-turn did a lot to Rose Raid. So we go back into Skuntank, click our Flamethrower. No, wait, I think right now we don't go through either Flamethrower or Poison Jab. Either way, Rose Raid is not surviving if he decides to stay in, or whatever he brings out gets hit. We do decide, I go for Poison Jab in case he swaps back out to Gastrodon, expecting the Flamethrower, but he goes for Sludge Bomb, we eat that, and Poison Jab is going to be enough to kill Rose Raid. Skuntank putting in some work this game. Brings out Dracopult, which Sucker Punch does a lot. I don't think it should live at this level unless I get the lowest roll possible. But so Sucker Punch should be enough. Unfortunately, it doesn't quite take out Dracopult, which he goes for the U-turn, which all is good. That's fine. Anytime he brings out Dracopult again with rocks up, it's dead. There's no ifs, ands, or buts. So we're not worried about Dracopult anymore. As long as we keep up our rocks, which we still have Hippowdon in the back, we're good. He decides to go out for Lycanroc. The Lone Wolf. I like that name. I am expecting a Dynamax with Lycanroc. So we swap out. We're not going to sacrifice Skuntank because I still need it for Skarmory. Or in the event of him getting rid of rocks, I need it for Dragapult still. So we go out into Primarina. Pretty sure Primarina can live whatever Lycanroc brings out. He goes for the Dynamax, which would be expected. Probably trying to set up his Sand so he can get Sand Rush going. But he goes for Max Quick, get his special defense up, which is a smart move considering Primarina is especially a special attacker. And we just go try and get some health back with Draining Kiss. I don't expect to live anything. He does, which he Max Lightning. Probably could have gone Hippo for that, but we weren't expecting a Max Lightning. Didn't want to give him the added speed, but that's 2 turns Dynamax down. He took out Primarina, which is fine because I don't think we really needed Prim now. So we go hard Thwackey. Grassy Surge is back up. Dynamaxing Thwackey, getting a Max Knuckle so we can get a +1 attack. After this turn, his Dynamax is done with Lycanroc, which is a good thing. Big Monkey. He goes for the Max Rock Ball, which sets up his Sand. Kind of benefits me as well, but you know, Lycanroc outspeeds Dracozolt any day of the week. So not really. We get the Max Knuckle going on, we get our +1 attack boost. What we were not expecting was the weakness policy that Lycanroc was holding. His Dynamax is now over, but he is +2 on attack, and he's got his double speed. Looking back, I should have swapped out Thwackey because it still, with grassy terrain, does not survive a Grassy Glide, but I was kind of hoping Thwackey can live. I did forget about the +2, even though it literally just happened. So now Thwackey's down. Don't really have too much of an answer. I have Hippowdon, but go out into Chicken Wing. But we're swapping out into Hippowdon, hoping to get some survive some hits, but really don't have anything to do against this Lycanroc now since we let Thwackey die. Goes for the crunch. Crunch is going to take out Hippo. Yeah, at this point we realized it's not happening. There is no way for me to come back from this, considering Lycanroc outspeeds everything else I have, and he's weakness policyed. So that actually did a lot more than I was expecting. But Drill Run's gonna finish that off. And there goes the Sandstorm. Poor Dracozolt. But, yep, that's the battle, everyone. GG to Charizard King, the New England Chartriots coach. It was a fun battle, all things considered. I am upset about the wacky misplay, but, you know, it happens. But, yeah, again, GG, and stay tuned for next week. Thanks for watching.